Very good morning, friends. And in today's video, we have taken up a problem on a cylinder on which a rectangle square slot is cut perpendicular to the plane of the board. And friends, we are required to find the development of the lateral surface of this cylinder, showing the square slot cut throughout the diameter. Friends, the question for today's video reads like this. A square slot of diagonal 50 millimeter. So there is a square slot. Instead of giving this side, they have given us the diagonals. And these diagonals measure how much? 50 millimeter. And this is cutting a vertical cylinder which has got a diameter equal to 50 millimeter. I will say 550. Diameter is 50 millimeter. And there is a slot cut, and the axis of this slot, the square slot, is perpendicular to the board or VP, and it is bisecting the axis. Axis is O dash, O1 dash, and the axis of this is here. It is cutting this vertical cylinder into two equal parts. So that is the center of that square slot. The axis of the slot bisects the axis of cylinder. Draw its development when two adjacent sides of square are equally inclined to HP. So friends, I have written this front view of the cylinder. A rectangle of height 80 and width is equal to 50 mm. That's the diameter of the circle. And I have divided the circle, the top view of the cylinder, into 8 equal parts. And we will name them as AA1, BB1, CC1, DD1, EE1, FF1. This is GG1, and this is finally HH1. I will say HH1. And O is the center of this cylinder. And I will show here O comma O1. O1 is the center of the base. O is the center of the top face. And friends, I have projected all these lines onto this. And let us mark the corners of this cylinder. Like this point is going to be A dash, A1 dash. This is B dash, B1 dash, H1 dash, H dash. B and H are together. Then you have got C dash, G dash, C1 dash, G1 dash. This is D and F. D dash, F dash, D1 dash, F1 dash. And finally, this is E and E dash. So E dash, E1 dash. Friends, this is how we mark the front and top views of the cylinder. Friends, let us assume that the cylinder is not cut by any section plane. So basically, in the development, you are going to get a rectangle which will have the total length equal to pi d, pi into d. That is, pi into diameter of the circle is 50. So you can calculate and keep that answer. So this is the diameter and the circumference of this, and this rectangle will have height is equal to height of the cylinder, that is 80 millimeter here, and the width is equal to pi d, pi into 50 mm. Now friends, the square slot is drilled perpendicular to the plane of the board. So I am going to show this. I will just take the center of the cylinder, mark these two lines at a distance of how much? That is, slot is, the axis slot bisects a 50 mm slot. So this is 50. From here to here it is 50. Again from here to here it is 50. So I am going to mark and draw the square slot cut perpendicular to the plane of the board. And friends, I just told you just before, the development of the cylinder without any cutout is a rectangle. Now friends, let us mark this development as this commence from A, that is A1, this is B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1, again A1. This is A at the end. The same way we can mark B, C, D, E, F, G, H and A. Now friends, when you cut a hole like this distance, that is 50 mm, remains the same, and when you stretch it open, the other two corners get stretched in the development, whereas this height remains the same. So I am going to mark this point and this point on these generators CC and GG. So I'll just write a horizontal line and mark on CC. This point is on CC. Again on GG. Extend that line till GG. So this is the other point you are getting. You can extend this also. You will get this. Friends, remember this height is going to be 50 because this is 50. So just mark it outside. This gap is 50 mm. That is given in the data. So even this is going to be 50, 50. This height is 50. This height is 50. Friends, now let us mark the extreme ends. Again, CC and GG are here on this line. Again, here you have mark. So 2 points you have got on both the sides. Now, friends, let us mark the extreme ends of this. So this gets stretched and let us see where it is. Friends, if you write a vertical line through this corner of this slot, it will cut or intersect the base of the cylinder on AH and also on AB at equal distance, AH and AB. So this is the extreme end of that slot. Similarly here friends, you are going to have two more points here, that is this point and this point. They are on this D and also on FE. They are the extreme ends of the point. Now friends, I'll write a horizontal through this. We divide this 50 millimeter height into two equal parts. Now friends, we have to mark this distance from H on HA near to the H. So on HA near to H. On HA near to H. So I am going to write a vertical line. Please listen carefully. And friend, this becomes the extreme end of one of this corner. Similarly, friends, for all these points, you have to take the mirror image. That is, whatever the distance you have got here, mark on the other end. So these are the two ends of that square slot. Similarly, friends, take the same measurement and mark here. So you are going to get one point here. Similarly, on this you are going to, because once you are able to mark one point, you can simply get all other points easily. So these are the 4 points, 4 corners of the slot. And friends, now, whenever the slot is cut on a curved periphery and this height remains the same, whereas these edges, namely edge 1, edge 2, edge 3, edge 4, they will have a curved line joining. So they won't be straight since it is cut on a curved periphery. So friends, let us get some more points to know exactly how the curve come. So friends, I will just start here. We have got a point on this. That is, the BB and HH are cut here. So I am going to extend that line till BB and HH. This is on BB. This is, sorry, this on BB, right? And this point is on BB and similarly on HH. BB and HH. Okay, it is on BB and HH. So friends, we are going to get two more points here. So once you have this point, take equal distance on the other end, you will have this. Friends, once you have this, you just take the same distance on the other end. Here also on the other end you see same distance. Friends, similarly all these points coincide. You can also have some points on the bottom here because they will be equidistant. So this distance from here to here is same as this. Little here I will take. So similarly here friends, you are going to have these points. And friends, you got so many points now. And these points, whatever you got here, are to be joined by a smooth continuous curve. So friends, I am going to join like this. This I am going to join. Again this point. Friends, this is how it will appear. Same photocopy you are going to get here also. Friends, this is how you will get the development. And you can see friends, finally we will mark the portion of the cylinder and that of the slot that are retained. So this is the borders of that cylinder, and these lines you have to show by thin lines. Both the top and bottom faces of the cylinder are not touched by the slot, so they are intact. So you have to show all this. Correctly. And then friends, other lines, all other lines apart from the top, bottom and side lines are to be shown by thin lines, and all the construction lines are to be retained. And friends, this slot, whatever you have got here, is to be shown by thick line or visible line. Friends, if I call this portion as P, as without this slot, this P, this will give you the complete development of P. Development of the part P. So friends, please go through the complete video, and if you like this video, please share with all your friends. And I wish you all best of luck. Thank you for watching my YouTube video.